Whoa, America, y'all know it's Lex USATODAY. If you listening to this, I hope you feeling incredible. America, I don't know what's in the air right now. It's the middle of summer. Everybody hot as it's the middle of the year. Trump been wilding, hitting is with the tariffs. Y'all think that's why Nicki Minaj went off yesterday, y'all? Now, the greatest woman rapper of all time, Miss Minaj, got on Twitter X yesterday, and she has some interesting words for Punch of TDE. And keep in mind, Punch is SZA's ex-manager, and he currently manages Doechii, or co-manages Doechii, over there at TDE, at Dawg Entertainment. Now, Doechii is loosely important with this, because she won a Grammy, congrats to her for that. And yesterday, she got 30 million streams deleted. Y'all know when Spotify be doing them sweeps on the bots, 30 million streams or 30 million listeners got deleted. And y'all keep this in mind, because all of this is going to be important. And y'all know Nicki been going at Desiree Perez, RocNation, Meg, Jay-Z. All of this is important. Now, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the Super Tool, because we about to get into this. Now, Punch at TDE, he tweeted out broken Barbies. And if anybody knows what that is, let me know. From what I was seeing, is that's the name of a song that he was promoting. When the Barbs reported back to the headquarters, Nicki Minaj said this: LOL. Y'all remember that man from TDE who kept bullying her on Twitter for no reason? We have receipts. LOL. I never even responded to him. What was his name again, y'all? I'm going to give him a name. I'm going to call him minus 30 million from now on. Uh-oh, there go that 30. Remember when we said that Doechii lost like 30 million streams? And then you hear Nicki referencing that minus 30 million? And Punch, when Nicki give you a nickname, you know that the Barbs is going to be relentless. They going to be on your ass. Now, after this, Nicki uploads a picture of TDE. She says, she's referencing the picture, and she says, this is Punch after he sucks some good. Guarantee you wouldn't fight a man. We have every tweet of your incessant bullying, lying, and more. Your name was added to that shitless shitty drawers. Same thing that make you laugh, make you... Ayo, Punch, what receipts Nicki got? And why she keep referencing Dookie? Yo, Punch Dookie, what the hell? And y'all, these pics of Punch gotta be old. They look like they from 03 to 04, when everybody was shopping at Big and Tall. Y'all remember those days? Now, Nicki pulls back up and says, tiny executive, and the initials spell out TDE. Oh my God, no. What did... Yo, Nicki, you gotta go at Top Dog. You gotta go at everybody at Top Dog. Now, Nicki follows up and says, so glad I have proof of being bullied and being lied on by a man publicly on a platform that I use for my job, after I rejected his business proposition on more than one occasion. Is Nicki Minaj building a case? Nicki says, he failed to disclose to the public that I had rejected his business propositions and thereby acted in what appears to be retaliation purposefully used to cause financial damages and to engage in a smear campaign against the brand. Oh my gosh, she's building a case, Punch. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Super Tool. Dang, yo, Punch, it sounds like Nicki is saying she got some content on you. What proposal did you send to the Barb headquarters, bro? Maybe a feature he was trying to get with Doechii and Nicki, or some type of deal or something. He was probably trying to work out a deal with a female artist. Now, y'all, keep in mind, with Cardi B, it wasn't just Nicki against Cardi. It was Nicki against executives, DJs, promotional teams, media personalities. What's going on with Nicki and Punch? To Nicki, this is an example where she's showing y'all how she gets played with behind the scenes. Allegedly, they want to work out a deal with her. She says no. And then allegedly, they're trying to devalue her brand. Well, to Nicki, right? That's how Nicki is probably looking at it. You know the Barb's about to be wilding with that. She puts up her stats, right? So Nicki start wilding with the stats, posting her numbers. Y'all can see it on the screen. Dun, dun, dun. Out of nowhere, a new challenger appears. Y'all know, like when you playing Smash Brothers and a new foe appears? Well, in comes SZA with the fairy wings and the alien wings. SZA says, Mercury Retrograde. Don't take the bait, LOL, silly goose. Now, real quick, SZA, what you mean by silly goose? Y'all make sure y'all subscribe and like the video, because Nicki is about to start wilding. out. When Nicki sees this, Nicki says, what's effed up is that the pawns always go out sad, broken, cursed. Most of them never even knowing they were pawns. Deposition Perez. Go draw your freckles back on, bookie. Hashtag justice for Demore. Deposition Perez. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Sounding like a dog. When SZA came out, remember SZA was saying that she was biracial with the freckles on her bean. SZA then gets in the comments and tells Nicki that she don't give a F about none of the weird ish she popping. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a bean. SZA, you should have just logged off. Or yo, you should have just hit Desiree Perez directly. You should have been like, yo, Des, we gotta get her account boomed. I don't want her to do me like with the Bigfoot. Now, yeah, it didn't stop after this. Nicki follows up and says, it's looking and sounding like she got stung by a fucking bee. ... Draws on my fake freckles. Yo, SZA, you should have let Punch fight his own battles. I mean, yo, the nigga name is Punch. SZA then says, let me go back to being calm, shy, and me. Y'all have blessed night. See you tomorrow night too, Paris. And y'all know SZA's on tour with Kendrick in Europe. Now, when Nicki sees that, she says, shut up, ugly. Justice for Demore. I'm in a meeting, so I don't know if you were still talking ish or not. If you didn't, I'll delete later. And y'all notice how all of Nicki's tweets is hashtag with justice for Demore, some reference to RocNation. So when Nicki is going at SZA or she's going at Punch, she's throwing that in there in every tweet, like, y'all don't get distracted. Nicki then says, it's damn near broke that man back and leg. And I don't know if y'all remember when SZA was dancing on her tour and the guy was trying to do the choreography with her and they ran into a little bit of difficulty. But Nicki says, it's fat and chubby and skinny at the same damn time. Where are those 30 million streams that disappeared on Spotify like your faux freckles? Hashtag justice for Demore. Dr. Now. Botting tweets when you arguing is just as weird as SZA. Nicki then says, this what they be wanting when they release music. Speak on or about me at your own risk. Now that's important because Nicki is like, see, when they release music, they want this type of attention and this type of press. Earlier this last year when Meg released Hiss and she said that thing about Megan's Law, that's why Nicki didn't take it further. Nicki's like, oh wait, they trying to bait me. They trying to make some money off this. And then y'all notice Nicki left Meg alone after that. Nicki says, speak on me or about me at your own risk. When she's discussing the abuse she suffered at the hands of any man, if you, as a woman, choose to get in the field, you're going to leave bloody. Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm happy she said that because that sounded crazy. She says, hashtag justice for Demore, hashtag Bumbelina. I'll expose more of your lies. I tell y'all all the time, I played a long game. So while y'all celebrated insignificant wins and fake laugh for hours, God was already working. Sit this out. Trust, ego won't win this one. Truth is truth. It doesn't change. The lies and deceit and abuse of power ain't gonna cut it no more, no more, no more, no more. We told y'all. Nicki was like, what the f is SZA talking about? She probably think RocNation sent her to distract or something, so she's establishing a boundary. She's like, if I'm talking to Punch, mind your bumbleclot business. So SZA replies to a tweet and says, she gets bullied by millions online every day, then steps her ass out on a packed stadium tour where people show her real love in real life. Her parents are healthy and she's the most successful she ever been. Get some effing perspective and bark at the wall. Now, America, what in the Mercury Retrograde pre-shadow phase the fuck is going on right now, y'all? SZA, Nicki ain't even at you. What did you think was gonna be implied when you said silly goose? On top of that, Nicki is addressing a battle, a legal situation that she's procuring that has nothing to do with you. Maybe when Wayne wasn't able to perform at the Super Bowl, Nicki stepped out in front of it. Nicki defended Birdman and Wayne. And she even defends Drake time to time. I think Nicki should be able to relate with why SZA would do that because Nicki has done the same things at times. But, you know, we do understand that SZA is going to be loyal to Punch. Even though she parted ways with him, you know that love is always going to be there because he guided her through the early stages of her career. Just like how Birdman and Wayne and a lot of the people that Nicki loves, just like how they guided her in her career. But still, SZA, Nicki is still fighting a completely different battle that has nothing to do with you. I still understand both sides of it. Now, regardless, America, Nicki don't give a nothing about that. Keep in mind, she's dealing with the Desiree Perez situation, RocNation. She's like, ayo, SZA. They start going number for numbers. Now, when SZA start throwing up stats and accolades, Nicki said, that ass? And she says, wait, does SZA think she's more successful than me? LOL, y'all catch me up, please. SZA, if every song you've ever done vanished right now, the music business wouldn't even miss you. Dang. She's been to countries that have never heard of you. She knows that you're not that stupid, are you? Stadiums? Did you look at the venues she played on her own headline festival tour out of the country last year? Have you ever headlined to 80K people? What have you ever done besides Yaddle with auto-tune? That needed retuning. Oh my, yo, Nicki's wildin'. Boo, I'm an icon. You're not. The end. Pay that man for almost breaking his back. Why didn't you speak up when your exec was bullying and harassing me, you dirty mangy? These botted numbers on all platforms have y'all losing y'all motherfucking minds. You the type that would have been quiet in school trying to fit in. You still have no clue who you are? I know you went nights without washing that musty face. How you remember exactly where every freckle, oh, yo. Hashtag justice for Desiree Perez. We want to discuss your daughter's lawsuit and did you do your yo, Nicki is really wild. Now here, Nicki is alluding to SZA co-lining a tour with Kendrick Lamar, and she told her to pay the man for almost brucking up his back. Nicki trying to put the homie onto a settlement real quick. That nigga gonna pop out like, hey, yo, SZA, my hip. Yo, SZA, my hip bothering me. It's your fault. A fan asks the AI on Twitter X, who's more successful? And then y'all see, then Nicki reposted it. And then after this is where Nicki really went to a whole other level. Nicki says she used to be on Twitter dissing Rihanna, etc. But then when it was time to suck and get opportunities from them, she drew them freckles on and got to sucking, right? Allegedly. Stop being jealous of women who you secretly would to be up their toes. These men putting batteries in y'all backs and y'all stupid enough to still keep it going. Not peeping that it's not going to end well for them or you. Buzz off, Bumbleina. Damn, Bumblebina. Yo, is that because she, yo, Nicki, like, Nicki then says, like, do you know the level of hate, the level of inside hate for yourself you had to have to be this much of a for no reason to the woman you later worked with? Now I want to act like you a motherfucking tarot card? Quit. What an odd little weirdo. Ayo, SZA, this is a nasty situation. SZA just trying to dress like an alien fairy, twerk, sing, look euphoric and nostalgic, and sing with the goddamn auto-tune and be a girl. She expressed that she's tired of is in the industry playing with her. Because think about it, they would also be the ones signing female artists going against her. If you look at Punch as an executive, if you look at other executives in the industry, the ones that signed Cardi or the ones that signed any female rapper that tried to compete with Nicki, people that greenlight certain things, the ones that push certain buttons. Y'all been telling her to handle it legally, handle it professionally, stop. And Nicki is like, y'all don't even know what I'm doing, and it sounds like Nicki is building a legal case, y'all. Hence the name Tiny Executives. Honestly, y'all, SZA didn't have to address Nicki or even make any implication with the silly goose reference. But once she started throwing up stats, Nicki was like, alright, F all that, she a fairy. You want to throw in stats? Punch didn't really have much to say about the situation. He just pulled back up and was like, ayo, what did I miss? And then when he seen what a Akademiks Twitter tweeted out, he was like, ayo, Akademiks, give me a call. This going too far. Because once again, SZA is an artist, right? And she a sensitive woman. Like, you could tell, right? SZA is a sensitive woman. So Nicki, I feel like with ladies, when a woman like Nicki is on your ass, Nicki know how to get under somebody's skin. You get what we saying? So when Nicki is going at SZA's this and SZA's that, I know SZA is like, yo, what the like, I wasn't ready for all of this. SZA just wanted to put on her fairy wings and twerk, but Miss Minaj obviously had other plans. But America, there's more to this, alright? And we gonna link all of the audio and lives that Nicki did on this, right? Because Nicki did so much, we couldn't get it all at one time. We gonna make a playlist out of this for y'all, alright? And remember, y'all, this is the first page that broke the news that Nicki and RocNation is having tension. Y'all know this ain't no industry page. I was just noticing a lot of little things. I was noticing what Nicki was saying, and then I was looking at what was being done and what was not being done. All of these things just, I was just like, yo, it don't seem like Nicki and RocNation is on good terms. So it definitely seems like we were correct on that. Again, honestly, hip-hop as we know it will never be the same. But we have another video on that coming, and make sure y'all get ready for that. Y'all know it's the Super Tube. America, I hope y'all feeling great and in the groove and in the mood. You know how we do. And make sure y'all subscribe to the Super Tube. It's Astro Aesthetics. Let's get it. Bear.